honesty when you're looking at this team and kind of assessing where it is?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of obvious. I think we've kind of played up to our expectations. I think that's just the reality for us right now.
What do you think needs to change for y'all to get to where you need to be?
Well, I think obviously you got to stack wins. I think the more wins you're able to stack, especially to close out the season, I'm sure that'll give all of us a better feeling.
How about the secondary in particular? I feel like because of injuries and some personnel moves, it's gone through more turnover than probably any position group on this team. How much do you guys want to be a part of kind of turning the tide?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a physical game. You can't always control, injuries or whatnot. But, obviously coming into the season, this was kind of one of the stronger, points of our team. So, obviously, dealing with the injuries has definitely, affected us. But, that's the nature of the business. You got to keep going.
I know you have both of the team's interceptions this year, but is that total of just 2 on the season kind of an unacceptable number for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, obviously for me, I think personally, I figure I have, a few more than that. Obviously, I feel like I left a few out there too. Seattle game, the Ravens game, that whole shot. So, but yeah, I mean, I think the more turnovers you could create, you usually kind of help your team, win games. So, I think defensively, we just haven't done that at all.
Is that something that where like if you get a couple of them, it can like that actually just start coming in bunches after that?
Yeah, I mean, usually that's how it works. You catch 1 or 2, or you have a nice game where everybody's kind of getting their hands on balls. People catch 3 or 4 picks. Usually kind of it's like a momentum thing. But like I said, we just haven't been able to kind of capitalize on those opportunities.
I know, like, to the outside, everybody's like, we haven't seen 3 and 7 with the Saints, and kind of like the Rome is burning type situation. But on the inside, you all still seem, even though it's not the record you want, you still seem pretty confident and calm. Is it because a lot of you all have been there, done that, or just why is that?
Yeah, I think mostly is, I think we understand that, we do have a talented team. I think sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce your way. But I think spiritually, I think we have enough, good guys in the locker room where, we're not necessarily moping around. We're just trying to find a way, how can we, get a win.
I know freelance is not the right word, but I know a lot of times in your career you sort of had the freedom to be creative and play an open role. Does the fact that you guys have so many guys in and out of the lineup and new guys, has that stymied that at all and not allowed you to be able to I mean, does it limit what you're able to do on the field?
I mean, I think for the most part, that's kind of like a little myth.
Yeah.
For the most part, I've always kind of played within the system. Every now and then I'll be able to, play robber or, run the middle of the field. Obviously, this system is just a bit different.
And what you're doing here, does it fit sort of your strengths, do you think?
Well, I feel like I can play it all. Obviously, I've done, a little bit more, in the past. So, it's just about, how can you make plays in this system.
DA mentioned that you guys are working fundamentals and stuff this week. Is that surprising to have to be doing that in week 11 and trying to still figure that stuff out?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely surprising, but, I think that's just our reality. We haven't really tackled well. Communication, just the simple things, we just haven't, done it at our standards. So, it's surprising, but, it's definitely understandable.
Can you put your finger on maybe why that's the reality and why that didn't come together? Is it?
To be honest, I'm not sure. Like I said, it was high expectations coming into the season. And I think in those moments, we can start to press. We want to make every play. We want to win every game. And, you just let some of them kind of get away from you.
Can that stuff still be fixed, you think?
Yeah. I mean, we have enough games left to where, like I said earlier, man, we could leave a good taste in our mouth and, still put ourselves in position to kind of, chase all the goals that we had, before the season started.